I ain't going down, or you never coordinators. I'm making more dose, but you're making less papers. Yeah, that's what if you see me now, I'm better. Gone are the days where I know I ain't going down. Like the birds in the sky, I go fly so high.
Alright, you're welcome to Street Credibility, the show where we help proteges find mentors. We're going to be doing just that on the show today. Some of you will have the privilege of getting a mentor on this show today. Today I'm hanging out with a very interesting guy, a Nollywood actor. He's a very great guy. He has done a great job. He started out in 2001 with a movie called Wasted Years, done by Teko Benson. And then ever since then he has done so many great jobs. Interestingly, this 2014, he got the NAFCA award as the most outstanding actor in Africa. Wow, that's a big one. And then today we're going to be chatting with him. We're going to find out how he got to this point, and then at the end of the show, some of you will have the opportunity to be mentored by this guy. I heard he's shooting a film somewhere on the street. I don't really know where exactly, but I'm going to find out. I'm sure you're curious to know who this guy is. So come along with me and let's find out where he is. My wall. Yeah. Wow, this is the guy Okocha that we've been looking for, aka Jiga.
Hey, Mr. Joel, how you doing? Alright, man. You're right there on time, my brother. Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, you said you're shooting a film.
Yeah. We're shooting a movie here.
Alright.
Yeah, and it's been quite some days now. Today is the 5th day precisely.
Okay, yeah, I can see. Yeah. I can see people around. You mind introducing one or two people?
Yeah, I really find it difficult to find the beer in there.
I mean, it was quite hectic.
Yeah.
But it's all
interesting, man. You're welcome on the same, my brother.
Yeah.
Been a while, my brother.
Yeah.
Been a while. Well, the producer, I don't know where he is at this point. Yeah, sorry, where's the producer? Mr. Songit is called Mr. Songit. Okay. Yeah, he's.
J.E.
Hey, my brother. How you doing? Well, this is the producer of this movie. I've heard about him now, Songit as well. He's done quite a lot of movies.
Yeah, we have a drink on here. This is Lucozade Boost. This is not alcohol.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You might want to take a taste.
No,
Hey,
alright, let's get to meet you, Charles Okocha.
Yeah, basically, first thing first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Charles Okocha, aka Jigaman, aka Igwe Tupac, aka Prince Obaka, aka J-Boy, aka Your Money's My Money, aka y'all know how it is, my brother.
What is this film about?
It's a glamorous movie. It's a glamour movie. You know? It's all about a prince. You understand, who actually traveled abroad. You understand, to go look for a greener pasture. As a matter of fact, the father sent him abroad to go school, but he went ahead, started doing all the drug dealing stuff and all that. As a matter of fact, I just came back and this is my father's house. This is the crib we're using right now. This is my father's house. You understand? And my father happens to repeat a Okocha. Yeah. But at this point, he's not around. You understand? He's not around at this point. I think he has his own scene to shoot like tomorrow. Yeah, so that's what the movie is all about. And I came back from the States, started misbehaving, acting all the roles and all that. You know, what they actually sent me to do abroad wasn't what I went to do. You know, it was just kind of, it's mind blowing, it's tasking at the same time, but it's all good. It's a nice one. You know? You just watch out for it. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
We're still hanging out with the craziest dude in Nollywood. So how has it been so far?
Yeah, so far so good. It's been nice, you understand. Like I told you, today is the 5th day of the production, and we still have like 1 week more to go. Alright, yeah, 1 week more to go, my brother. So yeah,
So how's the industry been? How's it been so far?
Yeah, basically the industry now is it's been nice. It's not like way back when we started, like 2002. You understand the difficulties we used to go through back then, you know. But right about now, it's been all good, but still shady at the same time. Shady and mean is shady and meant is you know, the monetary aspect of the movie. You understand? Yeah, the monetary aspect. Yeah, the monetary aspect. Because
So you mean have you been smiling to the bank?
like I said, it's been all good, but not what we actually expected. It's what we're seeing at this point.
But why is that? Why is that?
That's what I don't know. The marketers wouldn't want to pay us well. You understand? It's uncalled for. We've really paid our bills. If I tell you that I own a mansion of my own, it wouldn't be a doubt. If I tell you I drive a car that worth such an amount of money, wouldn't be a doubt because I paid my bills. But my brother, the truth of the matter is, these people called producers, rather the marketers, you know, still want to, I don't know, they just see us just the way we are. They don't want to. They don't want to look at our capacity the way it's supposed to. Like, you know, like uplift us the way it's supposed to. Yes, fine. They give you movies, you act. Okay, for instance, now if I'm being paid, for example, now I'm being paid 200,000. It happens in all other sectors, but other sectors they keep improving. Like if you're a banker now, and your salary at the end of the month is 200,000 naira, for instance, I say. Next year, would you want to collect 200,000? You should be looking up to something more than that. But right here, when the marketer pays you, they know what you're capable of doing. They know your capacity. They know what you can do. But they pay you such an amount, and they still stick to that fee. They just want to put you there and there and there alone, which is very uncalled for. And by the time you now want to sing, by the time you now want to cry out loud to say, oh fine, you're not doing this, you're not doing it right, no. Okay, fine, I'm not collecting this. They tend to want to look for another actor to replace you, which is not fair. But one thing, I believe in one thing. I'm one actor, I don't act so much movies. One movie alone, trust me, you give testimonies. I don't go about acting, hey, I act this, you see me in so many posters, but any of my movie you watch, trust me, my brother, you give testimony. That's the truth of the matter. That's why, even with my strong-headedness, like when I mean strong-headed in terms of fees, you know, sometimes when you negotiate me and I say, okay, fine, now I'm not down with that. I'm not going to do that. If you don't pay my fee, yes, they go look for another person, you know, perhaps another actor. But sometimes at some point they still come back to, you know, they still come back to me to say, up at Jiga, they fit in that. Jiga is still the man that will fit on that road, because they know the lapses, they know the logistics they had in the previous production they did without me. So that's it. So I remain who I am, and trust me, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, you understand? So eternity change, that's me.
So from the way it is, the marketers call the shot in the industry, right?
Yes, they call the shot. Marketer call the shot, they tell you what it is. If a marketer is entitled to say, this is the actor I'm using. Normally, it's not supposed to be so. Yeah. A director, you understand, he knows who is capable and who is fit for a particular role. But right here in Nigeria, let me use that word, in Nigeria, except those that does cinema movies, I don't know, that they're quite different from our own trends. Marketer will tell the producer, even if they even go ahead and they even go further to use their brothers. Yeah, they do it. Most times when they come, like they negotiate you now, and you keep saying, okay, maybe 300,000 and they tell you no, they're paying you 150 and you said no. They go say, nah, rap your fat. Nah, okay, one name that my cousin's not here at 50 and that room. Man, come on. What are we doing?
Then the team comes out the floor.
And it comes out shady because sometimes, people come, even if you like, you get, you involve good actors and actresses in the movie. Trust me, one person can make the movie go astray. Believe me. Because I've seen quite a whole lot of movies that I watch perhaps on DSTV. I'm not good at watching movies because I'm always a very good person. But sometimes when I glance and watch a movie on DSTV, you understand, I tend to see some actors, you understand, or actresses who are not fit into that character. But I think that they're just acting. Who got them involved in the first instance? The marketing. The producer doesn't have a say because they pay the producer to produce the movie. The director doesn't have a say. If you try to want to interrupt, they get another director. I've been in a production where a marketer says, okay, fine, I think it's about time you have to leave. And he has to bring in another director with immediate effect. Just because that director says that he is not going to shoot with this actor, that he's worked for his liking, that the last production he did, he didn't like it, that he needed, this is who he needed. You understand? Okay, fine, even if it's not who he needed somebody, you understand, that can interpret that character. But the marketer, they started having loggerheads, like misunderstanding on that same production. Before we knew what was happening, the marketer had to call another director to replace that director. Name another musician.
So what's it about this sexual harassment? We've heard a lot of gist about sexual harassment in the industry and it's so rampant and all of that, a lot of shit. Is this something you want to talk about?
Sexual harassment, it depends on people. You understand me? Who wants to get sport, you get sport. Who wants to get crazy, will get crazy. You understand that? There's something I used to say to myself. When you say, oh fine, this producer used me before he gave me this role, it was because you allowed the producer to use you. If you keep to yourself and say you're not going to do it, believe you me, someday, sometime, you'll get a role without you being used. So, like I said, it depends on those that wants to get used. Some girls wants to be crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of girls who came to meet me, as a matter of fact, they came to meet me and said, oh, they want to shoot, they want to act, oh, I'm an actress, I've done that. I advised them, I said, go to school. When you're done with schooling, they said that I told them the criteria, I told them things that are involved, advantages and disadvantages involved in getting to start as a freshman. They wouldn't, they don't even want to listen to me. They said they are ready to do whatever. That after all, so actress did it. After all, most of our prominent actress that we know today has done it, and today they are actors that they are ready to face any challenges that comes around. So, there was this particular girl I actually stopped. I told her, okay, fine, don't do this. I made her understand that this is no way. Go to school. Once you're done with schooling and all that, you know that I was surprised that girl didn't even listen to what I told her. The next day, I saw her with a script, and that script happened to be an old script they used in the past. Goodness me, my brother, and they gave it to that girl, and she thought she wants to act. Perhaps they told her one or two lies about you are going to act with Mercy Johnson, you are going to act with this and all that, and she thought it all. So she saw me, even when she saw me, she didn't even greet me. She felt she's on top, that oh, she's there, that perhaps I'm discouraging her. But at the long run, my brother, it struck. She came to meet me, shedding tears. Perhaps like a month later, she saw me and she came to meet me and she was shedding tears and she was like, oh, fine, oh, yeah, what you actually told me is the truth, please. I'm going back to school. They deceived me, they used me. And then I asked her, how many people used you? She said this, one guy that came to be a director, one guy that said, see, what I told you go to school, but you didn't listen to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, no sister of mine, or cousin, or anybody that is close to me, will get involved in acting. Except the right way.
So now, so what are you looking up to? What next? Like some actors and actresses, once in a while you see them dive into some other things like music and all of that, and directing, producing, and all of that.
I'll take care of that. You see, before the acting thing, before acting, you understand, it's always been music. Okay. Yeah, even right when I was a kid, you understand, Jay-Z inspired me. You understand, like he's my mentor, kind of. I used to mime his music, as a matter of fact. Sometimes I used to go for shows and all that, and I mime all Jay-Z's music. I do it, even to this point. You understand? He inspired me. He's my mentor. That's the truth. From Jay-Z inspiring me, I did 1 or 2 tracks and all that in the past. Like last year, I did like 2 tracks, but I kept. But the truth is, when I thought music would come in, the movie thing just came all the way and grabbed took over the music. If I knew what was happening, it was actually, this was how I started. I was in Sule Rosanwo, Teco Benson was driving and he saw me. He drove, he pulled over and said, "How will you find?" I said, "Sir, good afternoon. I never knew he was a producer." He said, "Have you acted before?" I said, "No." He said, "Okay, fine. Would you like to act?" I said, "Yes, I would like to act." He said, "Okay, fine. I have a role for you, but it's one scene. It's just one scene. You didn't even speak. It's not speaking. One scene." I said, "Oh my God, I'll be glad to do this." Man, then I've been watching Ramsey and all that, checkmates and everything. So I'm like, "Hey God, how would I do that? When would I do that?" This guy. So before I knew what was happening, he said, "Okay, fine. This is my number." Before I knew what was happening, he said, "Okay, fine. Meet me at the NEPA. This is where my office is." So the next day I went to see him, and that was how I started. From Wasted Years, my first movie with Justice Isiri, just one scene, no speaking. You understand? That was how I started. On and on and on. And here I am today.
Wow. Wow. So how old are you? Are you in the industry currently?
Yeah, currently I've been in this industry for like, let's say 12, 13 years now. Has it been worthwhile? Yeah, it's been worthwhile because the favors involved. You are a famous artist, somebody that the famous, like one advantages. There are things I'm not meant to do as a known actor. Like you can't find me on the way naturally just walking past like every other human. Because most definitely people tend to look at you around and all that. But then that was because I'm an artist. Now everybody knows me. Look at this guy. You can't find me now on the roadside, start buying corn. And all that. There are things I can do now, just be shy of it. It's not like I can do it. The streets, I've lived such life. But right now, I'm famous. If I want to do such, you understand, I have to look around perhaps and look around or tell somebody to block me. Yeah, I've been in a place. There was a day I was driving and I found out that I want to urinate. Like, I had to pull over. Immediately I pulled over. I just came in. Somebody just said, whoa, boy. Immediately I just had to zip in my stuff back. I was struck. So I was, but not naturally, if I'm not known, I will just come up and I won't even look. Even when the boy won't even say, "Whoa, boy," he won't say it because he doesn't know me anywhere. But because he knew me, so you understand. So it just happened. So what more can I say? I looked at it. Yes, that's just the disadvantage is being famous. But the famous part of it, the advantage part of it is, people accept you. You understand that positively. There are places you go to. You understand. There are places. The favor of being an artist, a known artist. Like sometimes I go to the bank. You understand, and I don't have to queue. There are places I don't queue. You understand? Once they look at me, I don't even have to say. They will say, "Oh, come, that actor, come." Those are the kind of things I see. Like sometimes gifts too. Somebody can just look at me and say, "I get one shoe for you, one nice shoe for you." That's because I'm an artist. That's because I'm famous. Yeah. But naturally, nobody would just want to see somebody like that and say, but because he has watched my movie, perhaps he's my fan. So he will say, I have a nice eyeglass I brought from the UK. Okay, don't worry, I'll give it. Those are the kind of things. You understand? So it has its advantages and disadvantages. That's it. So that's it.
I see.
But I think so far so good. It's been worthwhile. Yeah, trust me, it's been worthwhile.
All right.
Because why I use that word, it's been worthwhile because I feel like I'm important. You understand? Because if you don't talk about me, it means I'm nobody. But when you talk about me, most definitely there's something to say. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. It could be a little bit weird, but if you like to change one thing about yourself, just one thing, what would that be?
There you go, Mr. J. If I have to change one thing about myself, what would that be? If I have to change one thing about myself, yeah, I think I'm a little bit slowing it down. Like I have about time.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew that was what you were going to say.
I have a hot temper. That's the truth of the matter, you know. Even right from when I was a kid, but as I grew, I get it off a little. I grew it, so it's something I just want to take off completely. You understand? And I just want to do the best I can to see, but it's not something you just take off at first. No, it goes off completely. So if I want to change something about me, it should be that whole temper. Yeah, my temperament. You understand? That's it.
Everybody at some point in your life, there's always a goal. There's always something you're focused on. Like, I want to achieve this. I want to do this before I die. What could that be for you?
Yeah, my goal is I'm looking at in years to come to open a film academy. You understand, here in Nigeria. That's what I'm looking at, like the film academy where young talented ones will come and they get to lecture them what movie acting is all about. You understand, and so they don't go the wrong way. You understand all that. And also, I'm looking at myself in years to come to be in Hollywood. I'm seeing that I take off people from the roof, from Nigeria here to Hollywood, like the connection from here to Hollywood, whereby they can now act alongside the Vivica Falls, the Sharon Stone, the Angelina Jolie, and all that. You understand? It's just going to be something very simple. It's not going to be something we have to have more headache upon, or like say, oh, how do we achieve this? It's something we just achieve within a twinkle of an eye. This is what I'm looking at, you understand? Basically, the Hollywood thing, you understand, is something we've not started now, you understand? I'm not saying we're not trying. We're trying, you understand? But I want a situation whereby we can just do it without hazards, without even thinking about it. Well, after all, all this Angelina Jolie, they don't have two heads.
Yeah.
Do they have two heads? Nicolas Cage, they don't have two heads. Brad Pitt, they don't have two heads. We're all human. So I believe someday, these are the things I'm looking at. Years to come, and trust me, it shall come to pass.
Okay, one last word for your friends.
Yeah, I just want to thank my fans. I want to thank you all for supporting me, for watching my movies, you understand, and then buying my movies, all the movies that I'm involved in. And also, I want to say, work hard, play hard. You understand? Do the right thing. Don't forget.
All right. So thanks for hanging on.
All right, it's all
on
good.
Street
My pleasure, my brother. At any time, any day, I'll be right here. Holla at me. Trust me, I'll be there.
He's the most crazy guy in Nollywood.
You know how it is, man. What more can I say, my brother? My introduction again. Charles Okocha, aka Jigaman, aka Igwe Tupac, aka Prince Obaka, aka J-Boy, aka your money is my money, your bank account is my bank account. And you're watching Street Credibility. Don't talk that dime, my nigga. Holla.
Alright, that was Charles Okocha, aka Jigaman. Well, I had fun and I hope you did. Now, this is a very important aspect of this show. If you're an aspiring actor, or you're an upcoming actor or an actress, you want to get into the Nollywood, and then you want to have the privilege of being mentored by Charles Okocha to climb the ladder of success with ease. Now here's an opportunity for you. All you need to do is text your name, your age, your gender, your location to the numbers on the screen. and then you could be that lucky person to be picked by Charles Okocha. So just keep texting, and I wish you all luck. Now it's time to go. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and like us on Facebook. Till I come your way again. My name is Joel, and this is Street Protege. Peace.
I ain't going down, oh you never coordinators. I'm making more dough while you're making less papers. Hit us where the few see me now, I'm better.